Gates open at Arapahoe Park for the final week of the 2015 live horse racing season in Colorado, saving the best for last with the richest stakes races of the Arapahoe Park meet for thoroughbreds, Arabians, and quarter horses. Closing day, Sunday, August 16th, will be the richest day in the history of horse racing in the state of Colorado, seeing who the best horses in the Rocky Mountain state are, with challengers also shipping in from around the country. We're showing you the behind the scenes of horse racing and some of the sport's most majestic athletes. So get a leg up, come on to the track, and be ready for the start, because the horses are at the post.
Welcome to a behind-the-scenes look of horse racing. I'm Jonathan Horowitz, the announcer at Arapahoe Park. The final weekend of the season at Arapahoe Park is always the biggest of the year for horse racing in Colorado. The Arapahoe Park season climaxes with the biggest stakes races of the meet for thoroughbreds, quarter horses, and Arabians. Closing weekend of the meet this year will take place on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There will be 9 races each day beginning at 1 o'clock p.m. During its 39-day season in 2015, Arapahoe Park hosts 38 stakes races worth a total of $1,655,000. Saturday, August 15th and Sunday, August 16th will feature 7 of those stakes races with prize money totaling $550,000. Closing day, August 16th, will be the richest day of horse racing in the history of Colorado, with the $100,000 Arapahoe Park Classic for thoroughbreds aged 3 years old and up at 1 1/8 miles, the $100,000 Gold Rush Futurity for 2-year-old thoroughbreds at 6 furlongs, the $160,000 Mile High Futurity for 2-year-old quarter horses at 400 yards, and the $25,000 Grade 3 Cobra Classic sponsored by Crow Valley Ranch for Arabians aged 3 years old and up at 1 1/4 miles. Sunday's Arapahoe Park Classic and Gold Rush Futurity mark the first time that the Aurora, Colorado track will host 2 $100,000 thoroughbred races on the same day. Arapahoe Park has a strong contingent of horses based in Colorado throughout the season, but the big prize money on closing weekend attracts horses from around the country to ship to Colorado. The Gold Rush Futurity of the 21st century has become much like the Pikes Peak Gold Rush of the 19th century. Gates open, the Arapahoe Park Classic is underway.
The Colorado Thoroughbreds held their own in 2014 and defended home turf. Colorado bred star Get Happy Mister cemented his legacy as the best horse ever bred in Colorado with victory against a talented group of shippers in the $100,000 Arapahoe Park Classic.
Colorado can rejoice in its hometown hero, Get Happy Mister, never been beaten at Arapahoe Park, and no win bigger than this Arapahoe Park Classic.
Artist Didi Farrar captured the moment of owner Annette Bishop leading Get Happy Mister into the winner's circle in an impressionist painting. But while Get Happy Mister, who is unbeaten in his home state, was destined for greatness, Colorado's hopes for the 2015 Arapahoe Park Classic come from the most unlikely of origins. Lady Gila was competing at some of the lowest levels of horse racing in 2012. She won a $3,000 claiming race at Turf Paradise in Arizona in March 2012 and a $5,000 claiming race at Arapahoe Park in June 2012. Owner and breeder Mike Barrow, trainer Charlotte Martinez, and jockey Mike Ziegler, who also rode Get Happy Mister, tried Lady Gila against tougher competition. And Jill, as she's called in the barn of Charlotte and O.A. Martinez, kept winning. With the Classic scheduled to be her 50th lifetime start, the 8-year-old mare enters the biggest race of her career on a 7-race win streak with 5 stakes victories. For such a low-level claimer to improve as much as Lady Gila has is rare. The mare that could have been bought for $3,000 now has earnings of more than $250,000. Trainer Charlotte Martinez said, quote, "She gets better with age, like a fine wine gets better with age. She's in her prime right now. She just gets better. We're probably never going to get a chance of this magnitude again." Charlotte Martinez was at this level last year with Magical Twist, the runner-up in the 2014 Arapahoe Park Classic, who will look to go one place better in 2015. Known as the Big Black Train for his powerful closing style, Magical Twist won his first career stakes race this year in the Aspen at Arapahoe Park. The trainer says he likes the longer 1 1/8 mile distance of the classic because, quote, he's so big, so it takes him so much longer to get going. 2014 Classic winner Get Happy Mister's trainer Butch Gleason will be represented in 2015 by AP Wildcat, the 13-1 upset winner of the Mount Elbert Stakes, Arapahoe Park's Colorado bred championship, on July 26th.
As they turn for home, and Mr. Wild Kitty is led from the start, cuts the corner 2 lengths in front in the Mount Elbert Stakes from AP Wildcat, starting to get on terms. Here comes Magical Twist starting to roll down the center, and then Wally Van in 4th place. Mr. Wild Kitty desperately trying to dig in. AP Wildcat closing steadily, racing up to Mr. Wild Kitty, taking the lead, and AP Wildcat springs the upset at 13-1 for Kelly Bridges in the Mount Elbert.
Gleason will saddle R-Dub in the $100,000 Gold Rush Futurity for 2-year-olds over 6 furlongs, 3/4 of a mile. Ridden by Dennis Collins, R-Dub won the Colorado Thoroughbred Breeders Association Futurity on July 12th.
It's R-Dub kicking clear to victory in the CTBA Futurity. R-Dub and Dennis Collins.
He's coming off a win in the Silver Cup Futurity on August 1st.
Collins looks over the shoulder on R-Dub, has 2 lengths to spare over Let the Boy Sing and Dugga Boy Brown, and it's R-Dub on to another stakes win at Arapahoe Park.
The nominees from out of state for the Gold Rush include Royally Divine, closing 3rd in the $75,000 Prairie Gold Juvenile in Iowa on July 18th. Diabolical King dominated the $146,000 Mountaintop Futurity at Ruidoso Downs in New Mexico on June 20th. His trainer, Henry Dominguez, won the 2013 Gold Rush Futurity with New Mexico shipper Cloud Harbor. Gates Open at Arapahoe Park is presented by the His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan Global Arabian Horse Flat Racing Festival.
On the edge of glory in the Waspa Stud Farm Cup, and Breezel LZP with Carlo Lopez looking over the shoulder for the competition that hasn't emerged yet.
With races in 11 countries, the Waspa Stud Farm Cup will be held at Arapahoe Park on May 24th, July 5th, and August 9th. Behind the growth of horse racing in Colorado, the Colorado Horse Racing Association, the Colorado Thoroughbred Breeders Association, the Rocky Mountain Quarter Horse Association, Colorado Owners and Breeders of Racing Arabians, Cantor, Colorado, finding new homes for retired racehorses.
Arapahoe Park has featured some of the best Arabian racehorses in the United States in 2015. They'll compete in Sunday's Cobra Classic, sponsored by Crow Valley Ranch, over the classic distance of 1 1/4 miles, and Saturday's Cobra Distaff, sponsored by Soaring Eagle Ranch, for fillies and mares over 1 1/8 miles.
For the Cobra Classic, Patty's Day won the Jerry Parton Cobra Sprint, sponsored by Quarter Moon Ranch at Arapahoe Park. Past the quarter pole in this all-star Arabian showdown, and the rising stars in front of the champion mare, Patty's Day with the lead, pursued by Miss Dixie, former Horse of the Year, So Big Is Better, a long way back in 3rd place, and then to Jet Sun inside the final 100 yards. Patty's Day, a star in the making, has grabbed hold of the baton of Arabian racing, pursued gamely by Miss Dixie, but no match for Patty's Day. The future, Patty's Day and Kelsey Purcell win the Jerry Parton Cobra Sprint. Owned by the Quarter Moon Ranch of Lori and Scott Powell, Jim Schleimer, and Nikki Forbes Robinson, Paddy's Day then went to Pleasanton, California to win the second leg of the Arabian Triple Jewel presented by the His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan Global Arabian Horse Flat Racing Festival.
With a 16 to go, it's Paddy's Day today in the Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan Arabian Cup.
The Scott Powell trainee is expected to face a strong contingent from the Elizabeth Brand barn. Brand trained the top 3 finishers in the 1 1/8 mile altitude stakes sponsored by Easy Care on July 26. RB Rich, RB Brilliant, and Chandaka's Express. So Big is Better won the Cobra Classic in 2013, and after taking 2014 off, the 2013 Arabian Horse of the Year in the United States is back in 2015. Ms. Dixie will attempt to win the Cobra Distaff like she did in 2014.
No match at the moment for the 2-time Darley Award winner. It's Miss Dixie who's pouring it on with 100 yards to go, a former $15,000 claim, and since that time, she has now won 10 stakes races and earned more than $180,000. Miss Dixie, a true champion.
The next day, she also won the 2014 Cobra Classic, becoming the first horse in the history of Arapahoe Park to win 2 stakes races in 2 days.
Miss Dixie, who now takes the lead from the Jet Sun. Cobra Distaff winner yesterday. How much does she have left in the tank? The Jet Sun chasing her all the way to the wire, but the class of Miss Dixie will prevail. 2 stakes wins in 2 days. The Cobra Distaff yesterday, the Cobra Classic today for Miss Dixie and Kelsey Purcell.
Her biggest challenger is expected to be her next-door neighbor in trainer Scott Powell's barn, Sand on Fire, who is coming off a victory at Pleasanton, California in the Sheikh Fatima bint Mubarak Ladies Jockey Championship.
And Sand of Fire toward the middle of the track, levels off very late. Sand of Fire and Sandy Martin for the USA to win it.
In the last 2 years, 4 Darley Award winners as United States Arabian champions competed in Arapahoe Park's signature Arabian races on the final weekend of the season. What national champions will Arapahoe Park produce in 2015? Live horse racing at Arapahoe Park takes place from May 22nd to August 16th on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays starting at 1 p.m.
Gates open, the Miles Massey Handicap is underway.
Keep up with the latest online at myhighracing.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/Arapahoe Racing, and on Twitter at JJ Horowitz.
Miss Dixie and Little Rich Girl in a photo finish that goes to Miss Dixie holding on by the narrowest of margins.
On Thursday, July 30th, Arapahoe Park hosted 12 trial races for the Mile High Futurity and Mile High Derby for quarter horses. Sunday's Mile High Futurity over 400 yards culminates the major races of the Arapahoe Park meet for 2-year-olds. Saturday's Mile High Derby over 400 yards is the pinnacle of the season for 3-year-olds.
Quarter horses can begin racing at the age of 2, and the marquee races for quarter horses are futurity races for 2-year-olds. In 2015, the futurity scene in Colorado at Arapahoe Park has been dominated by 3 Olives and Smoke. Owned by breeder Margot Shares, trained by John Hamus, and ridden by Stormy Smith, 3 Olives and Smoke won the $84,000 Cherry Creek Futurity for Colorado breds in June.
Gates open, the Cherry Creek Futurity is underway. 3 Olives and Smoke goes straight to the front. From That's a Fact Jack to the inside, and then a beautiful flame in between that pair. Glitters Enough for sure running a strong race down the outside. They're chasing 3 Olives and Smoke, though. His mother won it. His sister won it. Now he wins the Cherry Creek Futurity. 3 Olives and Smoke dominates.
He won the $148,000 Rocky Mountain Futurity in July.
Gates open. The Rocky Mountain Futurity is underway. Not the best of starts for Three Olives and Smoke. Has some work to do to get to Who Dat on the outside. Let Her Be on the inside. And Eagles Camp trying to run through. Now Three Olives and Smoke getting going. Passing Who Dat. Kicking clear for Stormy Smith. And Three Olives and Smoke wins the Rocky Mountain Futurity.
He was the fastest qualifier for Sunday's $203,000 Mile High Futurity. But trainer Hamas said the 2-year-old Colorado-bred may miss the race with a minor injury sustained after the Mile High Futurity trials on July 30th. So that opens the door for a new 2-year-old quarter horse to take the spotlight at Arapahoe Park in Sunday's Mile High Futurity, the richest quarter horse race of the season, to be run at the distance of 400 yards. Should we get on board with Let's Get On Board, who came from Oklahoma to post the second fastest qualifying time?
But it's Let's Get On Board who dominates.
Or could it be Bachicinator, who shocked at 63-1 in winning his trial in his first career race?
Followed to the inside by Bachicinator, and then comes Check My Shoes Out trying to run on down the center with Smartphone down the outside. First-time starter Bachicinator is driving through to the inside of Streak and PR, and Bachicinator makes a successful debut in the trials to the Mile High Futurity. A Beach and Dynasty ran on to be in a photo with Streak and PR for second. And that is a 63-1 long shot, Bachicinator getting up.
Elliot Bachicha was a former top quarter horse jockey at Arapahoe Park. Now Bachicinator will try to be the top quarter horse. Here are the top 10 qualifiers for the Mile High Futurity. For the 3-year-old quarter horses in the $144,000 Mile High Derby over 400 yards on Saturday, 4 of the 10 fastest qualifiers, including top 2 qualifiers Tack My Chances and Toshiyoshi, came out of the second of 6 trials.
Gates open. The second trial is underway. Tack My Chances and Clear Win off to good beginnings with Toshiyoshi now starting to kick into gear from gate 3. And then Perry's First Flash in the pink down the outside. Toshiyoshi responding for Ramiro Garcia, racing up to Tack My Chances. These two come to the wire together in a photo finish. It's a photo between Tack My Chances from Oklahoma and Toshiyoshi from Colorado. And then back to Clear Win and Perry's First Flash.
Tack My Chances, ridden by Jesus Salazar, has won 4 races in a row, 3 in Oklahoma, and now his Arapahoe debut. Toshiyoshi is a proven Arapahoe Park star. He was second in the 2014 Mile High Futurity.
Gates open. The Mile High Futurity is underway. Lotta Dynasty gets off to a great start from the outside. Cocodrillo Cartel on the inside with fastest qualifier, 1 Corona at a time. Waving to My Doll, starting to run on down the center. It's 1 Corona at a time with the advantage. Here comes Toshiyoshi kicking into high gear. Lotta Dynasty on the outside in a 3-way photo finish. A thriller in the Mile High Futurity.
This year, the Manuel Orozco trainee, ridden by Ramiro Garcia, won the Lucille Road Derby.
Gates open. The Lucille Road Derby is underway. Good start for Now Margaret on the outside. Down along the inside comes Feel This Moment, Baby. Toshiyoshi starting to kick into gear. El Carboncito running a strong race. Toshiyoshi showing his class, taking the lead, and going on to win the Cherry Creek Futurity and Lucille Road Derby double for Toshiyoshi.
The other major Derby winner at Arapahoe Park this season, Spender from the Rocky Mountain Derby, also made the Mile High Finals.
Gates open. The Rocky Mountain Derby is underway. Sweet Solid Rock with a perfect beginning. The fastest qualifier goes to the lead. From Spender and the Red Silks on the inside, PYC Showdown trying to run on with BP Mariah's Heroine. Here's Spender coming through for Russell Vishrilli, grabbing the lead from Sweet Solid Rock and winning the Rocky Mountain Derby.
In Beyond the Finish Line, we look back at He's Amazing, the winner of the Arapahoe Park Classic in 2010 and 2012.
The defending champion and winner of every open stakes race for older horses at Arapahoe Park, He's Amazing. Owned by Carlisle Rollins, conditioned by Rick Houghton, and with Russell Vishrilli in the saddle.
Sometimes a horse's name embodies who he is on the track. That was the case with He's Amazing. Although not at first. He's Amazing got his name because his mother is named She's Amazing. Although she wasn't exactly amazing, with just one win in 10 lifetime starts in Southern California. He's Amazing's trainer, Rick Houghton, said the optimistically named horse was not viewed as having much potential either, and was given to owner Carlisle Rollins for nothing.
It was kind of amazing that Carlisle Rollins ended up with him, because he was ended up given to him, which he had gone through 3 owners prior to Carlisle. And he hadn't even been broke when Carlisle got him to ride, let alone to run, and he was 2 years old then.
But few horses have had as much success at Arapahoe Park as He's Amazing. In 26 career starts at Arapahoe from 2008 to 2014, He's Amazing had 13 victories, including 6 in stakes races. With 2 wins in each stakes Arapahoe holds for older horses, the Arapahoe Park Sprint, the Front Range Stakes, and the Arapahoe Park Classic.
Arapahoe Park Classic he won twice, which was the biggest races that he won. So I got to say those probably. I've just been training for about 10 years, but he's by far the best horse I've ever trained. But he was a very good horse. I mean, I liked riding those kind of horses when I was a jockey. He was a very smart horse and had a lot of talent and loved his job.
What's amazing about He's Amazing is how versatile he was, winning stakes from distances of 3/4 of a mile to 1 1/8 miles, with running styles either on the lead or closing.
Depending on how fast the pace was, whether he was up there on the lead or not. If it was a slower pace, he would be up there. Generally going around the ground, he was part of the pace, or not far off of it. Sprinting, he'd generally be back a good ways.
Gates open, the Arapahoe Park Classic is underway.
For example, he put the field to sleep while on the lead of the 2012 Arapahoe Park Classic.
Inside the final 100 yards, and He's Amazing, showing Arapahoe Park just how amazing he is. He's Amazing is kicked away. He's 5 lengths in front, and he dominates the Arapahoe Park Classic.
He used powerful kicks in the home stretch to win the 2012 and 2013 Front Range Stakes.
Racing inside the final furlong, and it's He's Amazing now coming through on the inside for Vishwari, the defending champion, the best horse in the last few years at Arapahoe, takes the spotlight again. He's amazing, amazing once again.
Now He's Amazing is enjoying post-racing life in Utah at the farm of owner Carlisle Rollins.
He's just retired in Vernal, Utah, just living life easy. Eating all he wants and doing nothing pretty much.
He's Amazing, one of the most amazing horses in the history of Arapahoe Park.
That's Gates Open at Arapahoe Park. Enjoy the end of the 2015 live horse racing season in Colorado. After the live racing season ends, Arapahoe Park and Mile High racing facilities are open year-round to watch and wager on horse races from around the country. More information is available at myhighracing.com, spelled MIHIRACING.com. The final leg of the Arabian Triple Jewel will be at Los Alamitos Racecourse in Southern California on September 19th. The National Thoroughbred racing season is building toward the Breeders' Cup at Keeneland in Lexington, Kentucky on October 30th and 31st, the scheduled final start for Triple Crown champion American Pharoah. Quarter horse racing will have its marquee day in the American Quarter Horse Association Challenge Championships at Lone Star Park in Texas on November 6th and 7th. Until your next time out at the races, I'm Jonathan Horowitz. Keep picking winners.